Ito naman, group of Pontevedra. Pontevedra,
Jericho po to sa...
Jericho. Saan to? Ay, mali. Ito. Kanino to? Kay ano? Parilya.
Papalitan po.
Oo. Ayan. Check mo nga dyan, baka may mali din. Yung isa. Tama. Ay, ayun. Tama. Ito lang talaga. Pa-reprint mo na lang. Bunyol pala. Alin dito yung bagong group? Saan tayo nag-end? Saan ako nag-end ng copy? Bragas? Meron na ba sa Bragas? Barido? Group of Baredo. Meron na. Check. Avenue. Bragas. Avenue. Okay, check. Tapos Bunyol. Check. Avila. Wala nga. Avila. Check. Okay. Ito pala yung wala. Salgado. Salgado. Wait for a moment. Salgado to be followed by, okay na? Ay, marami yan. Pwede nga to, isang endorsement na lang eh. Kung parehas lang. Dalawa. Okay na yan. Santiago. Alin na to? Bilyardo. Fuentes. Agbolos. Okay, so let's check. Bunyol, can you share your screen? Bunyol's group? Wala. How about Salgado?
Sir, wait po.
Ay, kanino yon? Santiago. Okay, check. Check na tayo dyan. Villardo. Villardo. Can you share your screen, Villardo? Ah,
Kita na, sir.
ah. Okay, Villardo. Fuentes. How about Fuentes? Fuentes Group? Ano, sir? Ah, oo, hindi kami nakapasok, sir. Marami-rami yun. Sila mamilin, wala din. Sir June. Kalimutan ko. May ibang department pa nga yun eh. Marami-rami yan, sir.
Kasi yung swimming
Mm.
naging Saturday. Nag-conflict ko dun sa sun.
Sa system analysis design ni kanina.
Kay ma'am,
Kailangan i-listen na natin.
ano na si kay ma'am Jingy ko.
Pero yung ano nyo naman,
Yung swimming ko po yung lumipat mouse kit.
anong section ka?
Sa swimming ko, sir.
Ay, rig ka ba?
Opo, balik. Ay,
Rig ka pala?
opo, sir.
Yun lang, talagang ano. Anong section ba yung swimming na yun?
Yung swimming pa.
Oh, dyan.
CS1E po.
1E.
Opo, naging Saturday po. Last Friday po siya naging Saturday.
Ayan, CS
1E.
1E?
Apo.
1E, 2E. Walang swimming dito.
Ay, ano pala, sir? Sorry po. IT Pusip. Ay, opo, IT Pusip.
Ano ka ba? CS, IT?
CS. Nagkabalik na. IT2E po.
Magko-conflict talaga pag ano. Kasi i-read ka eh.
Opo, sir. Bali, Monday po siya, naging Saturday.
Ano tayo magagawa dyan?
I-drop ko po yun, sir.
Pag tinamaan ka ng conflict, yun talaga ang problema.
Drop ko na lang po yun, sir.
Yun ang downside. Pero ilan tong matitira sa'yo?
Ano, yun sir, yung po yun.
Hindi, I mean, ilang subjects yung matitira sa'yo kung tinanggal mo yung swing.
Isa lang po, sir.
Tinutukoy ko, ilan ang matitira
Ano po?
kung tinanggal mo yung swimming.
Nine.
Marami na. 3 units. Marami na naman tayo.
Opo, sir.
Wala, yun yung magagawa. Yun talaga yung schedule.
Bali, paano po yung
Ano
process?
nga natin yung ano mo? Student number.
241
241
753
753.
50.
Marami ka rin naman palang ano, enroll. Ito yung mga ano mo.
Yes po, sir.
Pero na-enroll mo naman nga pala siya. No?
Okay.
Wala nga. Marami ka naman na pala. Teka, ba't parang ang dami mong nakuha?
Opo, sir.
Kasi 27 lang naman ang ano Na-enroll ba lahat?
Yes po, sir. Na-enroll po.
Alam ko may limit lang hanggang ano lang. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Kasi laboratory na.
Yes po, sir. May 3 pong lab.
Oo. Kaya parang ang dami din. So ito kasi isa lang yung count talaga nito. Ayun, saan mo yun? Ito, isa lang yung count. Isa, dalawa, tatlo.
Total of 10 po ata siya.
Siyam. 10.
Opo.
Ganda. Kasi sabihin na kung ito lahat.
Yes po, sir. Yung nagpa-credits po sa inyo.
Hindi, kasi alam ko 27 lang ang maximum. 6, 9.
Sir, ask ko lang po. Bali po pag nag-third year po, pwede rin po kumuha ng pang fourth year.
Hindi.
Ay, bawal.
Kaya nga tatapusin mo na to. Hindi ka pwedeng tumalong. Nagkataon lang yan, may credit ka. Di ba mga credit form ka nito? Pag mawala yun, pag nawala yun, ulitin mo. Kaya pinapaligpit yung credit form. Okay, ayan, wala kang choice talaga.
Ano po yung magiging process po?
Kuha ka ng dropping form
Sa
register. Tapos, ayun,
balik po sa
balik ka dito, nagpirmahan ko, kasi pag-drop ko. Kaya saan tayo nag-stop? Kanina? Fuentes. Kanino to? Kina Fuentes o kay Check? Check tayo kina Fuentes. Ambulos. Ambulos. Meron na ba niya Ambulos? Meron na tayo kina Agbulos. Ito? Ito? Agbulos, wala. No response.
Hello po.
Okay. So, balikan
Ano po,
natin.
sir? Nakapag-install na po kami sir ng SAM sir. Kaso po yung laptop po.
Kanino
dala
yan?
po kasi
Kanino
sa
yan?
work.
Kanino yan? Kay dito? Kanino ka sa akin dito? Saan to? Saan? Anong gagawin nyo dun?
Develop ng website.
Pupuntahan namin yan ha. Dapat pag pinuntahan natin, yun talaga yung ginagawa. Isa lang to? Isa lang to? Meron pa. Ah. Ayan. Okay na. So, kina Bonyol, in short, meron kayong na-install? Bonyol? Ah, siguro next time, pakita nyo na lang next time, Agbulos, wala rin.
Sir, Agbulos. Meron po sir. Kaso po
Kanino?
yung
Kanino yon kay
Agbulos po.
Agbulos? Oo.
Meron po sir. May install po kami SAM. Kaso po sir, yung laptop po, dala po sa work.
Ah, Agbulos. So, paano natin ma-check yun? Siguro next time. Next
Opo,
time
sir.
na lang, oo. Eh, sino to? Bunyol. Jericho. Yes.
Sir, nag-share ko
Bunyol.
na po ako.
Ha?
Ako yung kaganina, sir, Sendrick.
Ito yun. Bunyol yun, okay. Sige. So, kinaagbulos na lang by next time, no? Next meeting, pakita nyo para lagyan natin ng score. Okay? So yan yung sa checking natin. Then, let's proceed with our actual demonstration. Ayan. So, for our actual demonstration, di ba, I told you to have your script to join two different tables, then to display in one display. At the same time, create a database equivalent to hold all the tables. Ang kaso dyan, meron talagang ibang classmates nyo, like for example, who are not actually familiar with creating the database or creating a table. Perhaps meron din sigurong ilan who doesn't know yet how to create the table and how to fetch the data. But good for the rest of your classmates who are already equipped with doing the query. Good for the rest of your classmates who knows already how to create the database. But how about for the rest of your classmates who doesn't have any idea yet on how to do those particular tasks? Kaya this discussion serves as a review and a recall of previous, supposed to be previous lesson na dapat during this time, supposed to be you have already an idea. So para wala talagang mapag-iwanan, we need to go back from the scratch and then explain step by step. So all of your classmates learns how to do it from the scratch. Ang goal natin ngayon is to display the data coming from two different table. First requirement, at least you have your SAMP installed. So that's the reason why we are checking whether or not you successfully installed the SAMP, all operating system, Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl. So we can run the Apache server at the same time. We can run also the MySQL. So if that is already done, no, you're done already with the installations of SAMP, then the next requirement is at least you have your Sublime. Okay, Sublime. Hindi Sublime ha, Sublime. Yes, Mil Flores, you are raising your hand.
Sir, pwede po ba gumamit ng ng Python sa backend?
Nang
Ng Python para po sa backend.
you can do the Python as long as you can call the functions. Pero kung gagawa ka ng Python graphical user interface, you will be forced to use the Django. So para lang uniform, gamitin nyo na lang muna what is being included in our in our example. Ano 'yan? Anong offline? Wala silang sige. Pero sabi ba nila pwede pa? Next balik mo? Dapat tinanong mo kung pagbalik mo ba next okay pa mag-drop. Hindi, dapat sinigurado mo. Tanong mo. Okay. So, after having your SAMP, at least you need to check, Sublime. Actually, available na yan online, no? So, but if you have your Sublime, we have two methods, of using Sublime. It's either to install the Sublime, then the other one is to download the portable version. Kahit alin doon, pwedeng i-install nyo, pwede ring portable version ng Sublime. Okay? So assuming either both Sublimes, kung alin man mo doon, so you have already your Sublime, then you can just simply open your Sublime text editor. Now, let me remove first the project. So once you successfully installed or download the Sublime, let's try to open the Sublime. Once you open, as a default, there is no directory available in your Sublime. Meaning to say, wala pang laman na directory. Siguro maiisip nyo, sir, I guess it could be very difficult for us to deal with the directories if the directories are not available using Sublime. Pero hindi yun yung case. You can add the directory actually. You can just simply click the project and then add folder to project. No? So as simple as that. Now, the very first thing to do is to familiarize the directory location. No? Directory location. Okay, let's go back with the first instruction. Install the SAMP folder. After you install the SAMP, if you are going to check the file explorer, ito, and then go to this PC, ito, go to this PC, and then click local disk. Then there will be a SAMP folder automatically be created. So that is after you install the SAMP folder. So perhaps most of your classmates already knows how it works, no? But for those who doesn't know yet, no? So ito yun. After you install in your Drive C, you will be having SAMP folder, no? Automatically created. So inside the SAMP folder, try to locate the htdocs. So ito yon, htdocs. This htdocs, no? Teka, nakashare ba ako sa screen? Parang maliit kasi. Tanggalin ko muna. Parang nasa tiles lang nakashare yung screen ko. Let me share the entire. Kamamaya, di nyo pala kita. Ayan. Ulitin natin. Meaning, after you install the SAMP, then after you run the Apache and MySQL, try to check your file explorer, then go to this PC, go to local disk drive C, then locate the SAMP folder. Inside the SAMP folder, you will be having your htdocs. Open htdocs. So inside the htdocs, then you will notice that there's a dashboard. So if you notice, there's a lot of folders kasi may mga projects na ako dyan, no? But in your side, wala pa to. Wala kayong mga folders na ganito. Okay? Makikita nyo lang starting from dashboard and the rest of the files. So as a default. Pero wag nyo nang anuhin yon. Wag nyo nang poproblemahin yon. So dashboard, wag nyo nang babaguhin. Okay. So the concern is inside the htdocs. You can create your own folder. Okay? Kasi once you check the local host, like for example this one, example localhost. If you enter localhost, you can see the dashboard. So if you are going to check which file displays the dashboard, ito yon, the index inside the dashboard. Ito yon. Ito yung file ni dashboard ng phpMyAdmin. So, in-explain lang natin para alam nyo saan to galing. Okay, so there's no need for you to delete that folder. Ang iba kasi ginagawa nila, dinidelete nila itong folder. Hindi na kailangan i-delete. You can just create a new folder dito. Okay? So, earlier, we have created CS3C, then to be followed by CS3A. So now it's about time for your section to create your own folder inside htdocs. So you can just simply click new, then folder, then rename it into your section name, CS3. What's your section? CS3B. And then second SEM 2024-2025. So here we go. Now you have your folder. So if we are going to go back to the browser, instead of folder dashboard, you can change this into your folder's name. Now, localhost / CS3B. 3B, ano? Second SEM 2024-2025. Hit enter. So this is now your directory. As you notice, you launch your directory localhost without containing zero file, no? Kasi wala pa kayong na-create na file. So yun ngayon yung inside your directory. So now, let's work with your directory. There's no need for you to open anytime the file explorer once you are working with the Sublime. So what you're going to do is to open the Sublime. Open the Sublime. We are going to locate that location of your directory. Open the Sublime. Click the project to include the folder. Then add folder to project. And then locate your newly created folder inside the SAMP htdocs. Double click lang. And then ito yung sa inyo, CS3B, di ba? Single click and then select folder. Can you follow? Can you follow? Okay. So here you have your folder included in your Sublime. So meron na kayong Sublime. There's no need na for to open the file explorer anytime you want to create the folder or work with your file. Nandito siya mismo sa editor nyo sa Sublime. Okay. Our next goal is the database. So, okay, meron ka ng Sublime. However, wala ka pang index. No? So, let's create an index. In your folder, you can just simply right-click, click New File, then Control S. Control S, then name it as index.php. Okay, index.php. Now, it will automatically create an index file. So let's try to have an example welcome page. Like for example, as I told you, no, even in our discussion, actually, ang labanan talaga ngayon, no, there's no need for you to memorize the entire source code. There's a lot already of tools where can be helpful, no. So ang kailangan nyo na lang ngayon is conceptualization and contextualization. Focus more on your solution. So instead of trying to allot, no, consume too much time for creating your source code, patulong ka na kay AI tool. Okay? Yun ang maganda. Gaya nito, imbis na ita-type pa natin HTML open, alam naman natin na yun talaga yung open and closing tag. Instead na isa-isahin mo pa yan, ganyan, HTML, and so on, and body, and so on. Instead na gaganunin mo, as long as alam mo naman yun kung paano gawin, then you can just simply have the shortcut, no? Like for example, welcome. So, then, just simply copy. And just simply copy the sample source code, then that's it, no? Then go back to your Sublime. Okay, like for example, ito yon, welcome. Then, so, ito yung style natin. Save. So, to test whether or not we successfully have our index page, refresh nyo lang. Now, you have your welcome to my website. So, di ba, ang nakakatulong sa inyo si AI. Ito. So, here's a sample. Ang ginawa mo lang dito, basic welcome HTML page. So, binigyan ka niya. Then, you can just simply go to your index and then paste. As long as you fully understand the use of the source code, no? Hindi yung copy and paste lang, no? Yun yung kailangan nyo, welcome. So, AI provides you the welcome page. So, ayan, pwede dito mo na sila gaganunin. Okay? Body, font, and so on and so forth. Now, our concern, perhaps you know already how to work with this one. Pero hindi pa ito yung pinaka-main goal natin. Because our main goal is to collect the data from two different database and then display that as one display output. So, pinakita muna natin to, serves as a review, no? Baka kasi mamaya nakalimutan nyo na. Okay, ito, napaka-basic. Is there's anyone in the class still do not know how it works? Meron bang ilan sa inyo na hindi pa rin ito alam, ito hanggang ngayon? Don't be ashamed. Wala naman siguro. Wala na, no? Malamang alam nyo na yan. Okay, sige. So, let's proceed with the next. So, ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong welcome, tinest lang natin yon, ne-review lang. So, delete na natin to. Hindi na natin to kailangan. So, balik natin sa blank page yon. Then, launch the page. So, wala nang laman. Okay, balik tayo. Let's proceed with our goal. So, some server check. Okay. Apache check. MySQL check. And then, folder included in our project check. And then, index nakaabang na. So, what's next? Since we need to work with database, we need to create an access to our server. Yun yung una nating gagawin. We need to create access to our server. Okay? So, meaning connections. Pero dahil, di ba, yung prompt nga natin, last time I told you, sasabihin mo doon kay AI, create a step-by-step procedure to fetch data from two different table using PHP programming language. So, ibig sabihin, overall na ang i-response niya doon. Kasi, na prompt engineer mo na, bibigyan ka niya ng connection sa database, Bibigyan ka niya ng sample code to create two different tables. Bibigyan ka rin niya ng sample display to join two different tables. So, para mabilis, ito na, ginawa ko na yun, kanina pa. Ito yon. Saan nga ba yung isa? Welcome page. Napin natin yung so, ito yung kanina. So, kung babalikan nyo yung prompt nyo, di ba, ito yun, create welcome yan, di ba? Ito yung kanina. Even if you try it on your own, no? Like for example, ito yung ipo-prompt nyo. Kasi your problem is to fetch data from two different tables, then display all data in one display. So kaya ito yung pinoprompt, create a step-by-step procedure on how to display data from two different tables in my database using PHP programming language. So here comes, ito yung response. Unang-una, baliktarin natin. Wag ito yung una nyo. Unahin nyo muna yung connection. Ito. Unahin nyo tong connection. You follow, class? So, pero lahat yan provided na, no? Kailangan lang, which file to be created first para hindi kayo malito. First, the very important is the connection. So, kaya kailangan may connection ka muna. So, ito yung connection. Copy. Then, go back to your Sublime. Then, you need to create another file. Actually, you have two options eh. Pwedeng dito muna siya mismo. Tawag natin dito is internal, no? Internal. Naka-include siya within the index page. Pwede rin namang hindi din ganyan. Pwede rin you can create another file. Okay? So like for example, click folder, new file. And then for this new file, paste mo and then Control S. You can name it as db.php. Ayan. Example. So now you have your second file, db.php, containing the connection source code. Index, wala pang laman. So connection muna, db.php. So here we have your source code connection. Iba-blanko nyo muna to. Database name, you need to remove this one because you need to create your own database. Then for the root, tatanggalin mo rin to. You need to create your own username. Okay? Later. Then for the host, localhost. Okay. So now, let's create a connection first. But first, we need to create a user. Ang target natin na gawin yung user is, like for example, di ba root yun? So do not use the root, no? Pwedeng example, CS3B. Yan yung gusto nyong gawing user. Then you want also to create the same name with your database. Like for example, CS3B. Database din yon. So, blanco yung source code. So, like for example, yun yung gusto nyo design. No? You can now go to your localhost again. And then, instead of your folder, you can remove your folder name. Instead, phpMyAdmin. Replace it with phpMyAdmin. Ayan. So, if you notice, we have already two different database here from CS3A, 3C and 3A. Now, let's add your database for CS3B. So, what you're going to do is to simply click this new link, click new, and then, ano yung design mo kanina na database name? Gusto mo database name CS3B, CS3B. Then go back to your database field, paste CS3B, CI and CS. If you want the fetching of data with accurate spelling, then you can use the general_CI. If you want more faster response, you can use the
general underscore CS. So as a default, CI ang nandito, no? Accuracy ang priority. So CS3B, once you click create, it will automatically create a database name CS3B. So ito na yung sa inyo. However, wala pang laman. Okay? Our goal is to create two different table under your database. Ano yung mga table na plano natin, no? Maybe you can create students, and then the other table is courses. Pero yung table natin last time, no, during our face-to-face, hindi naman yun yung table na ginamit natin, di ba? Those are the graduate information or alumni, di ba? Pero dito sa example natin, just for the sake of an explanation, kaya gawin natin munang simple para mas mabilis. Same concept, no? Magkakaiba lang ang naming natin. Okay. So, CS3B, click. You need to check always before you proceed with the next step whether you are working with the CS or the correct database. Tignan nyo lagi sa taas kung nasa CS3B ba talaga. Okay? Kung ibang database nakalagay dyan, most likely, hindi mo na-click yung database. No? So you need to click first the database and then try to verify at the upper part, no, na dapat yung kinlik mo, yun yung nag-appear na name. Okay. So, need to create two tables. Dito, you can provide the table name and then the number of columns. However, meron din tayong SQL, di ba? In SQL, you can do create, di ba? Create table and so on. Parang ganon. Kung anong table. So, example dito. Kali ito. Kunyari ito. Pwede nyo ganituhin. So tanggalin nyo muna to kasi itong foreign key, doon na natin to i-assign sa source code. Kaya tanggalin nyo yan. So in short, pwedeng ganito yung pagka-create nyo ng tables. No? I guess tinuro na sa inyo to during your So create table, then you need to assign the table name. Ang gagawin nyo lang dito, parang ganyan. 'Di ba? Kung ang target nyo ay ito yung student's name, 'di ba? Iano muna natin 'to. Student's name 'yan, then gusto nyo ID, kung sakali ID, then gusto nyo name. Ito yung mga columns, we're talking about the columns. Ibig sabihin, it could be very helpful kung meron na kayong design, ano-ano yung mga attributes. Kunyari, yan yun, Meaning to say, igaganyan nyo lang, ganyan, no? Kunyari, ito yung mga gusto nyong fields, no? Create. Ayan, create table. Ano yung gusto nyong table name? Like for example, students. Ayan. Copy-paste ko na lang para mabilis. And then, ano yung mga gusto nyong tawag dito, fields, no? We need within that students table. Like for example, ID. Pero, lagyan nyo kagad terminator, then hit enter, ayan. Then, balik kayo dito, enter nyo ulit, then lagay nyo dito ID. Ayan, example. ID. Then, for that ID, you need to declare the data type, like for example, int, no? Then, you need to assign, like for example, diba dito, kung titignan nyo, naka-auto increment, matic yan, tapos primary key kaagad siya. Kaya, itong ID, ta-type nyo lang yung auto increment, lalabas na kaagad yun, auto increment. Of course, ID inside the table Ayan. Nawala bigla yung ano natin. Okay. Hindi ko napansin. Saan ako nawawala bigla? Saan banda? Saang part? Dito na ba? Okay. So, ito yung manual, di ba? Meron kasing isang way na kung saan you can just simply click the text box, then assign student's name. So, dalawa. Mamaya gagawin natin dalawa. Una muna, sige, ganito muna. Ganito na lang. Kompletuhin muna natin to pero hindi natin i-press yung go button, no? Create table, like for example, create table, students, open and close, tapos terminate and turn nyo kaagad. So, ID, data type is int, auto-increment, primary key. So, varchar ng name na field, 100 character. So, ano yung next natin? Siguro yung course ito. Course, ano yun? Course ID. Dapat, course ID to. Lagay natin dito, course ID na field. Then, most likely, varchar ulit yan. Varchar ulit yan. Tapos, open and close. Siguro 100 is enough. And then, wag nyo na lagyan ng comma since last na yan na declaration. So, once you press the go button, it will automatically create a table students, no, para dito. So, pero mayroon din yung equivalent na kung saan not in an SQL form. So, okay, let's proceed with the other method of creating the table. So, punta tayo sa other way of creating the table. Pangalawang way is ganito. If you don't want to use the SQL command, pwede rin ganito. Click your database. Then ito, kita nyo to? Create new table. Alamin nyo lang, how many fields do you have? Ilan yung ginawa natin kanina? 1, 2, 3. O, 3 para sa students. So, table name muna, students, example. How many fields do you want to create? 3, so 3. And then create. Pwede rin gaganyan ninyo. So, here we have first field, second field, and then third field. So, what would be the name of your first field? Like, for example, ano yon? ID. So, you can just simply type ID. Mas mabilis dito, no? Kasi click lang. Then, ID, most probably, that's integer. And then, scroll nyo dito. Di ba, ginagawa nyo kaninang primary. Dito ka, index. Index, drop down, primary. Di ba, kanina, equivalent is ita-type mo siya, ito. ID int, tapos auto-increment, tapos primary. Dito, kiklik mo na lang. Ito, primary, index choice, primary, and then click mo lang yung do. So, integer, primary. If you want to have auto-increment, automatically count 1 and so on, 1, 2, 3 and so on, just click the A and I, that's auto-increment. Now, you are done with the first. Do, ano yung pangalawa? Ano yung pangalawang palak natin? The name, no? Name. So, you can type name. Most likely, name is not integer. So, varchar dapat yan. So, varchar. Then, you need to assign, no? Number o length, yung haba ng pwedeng i-provide. Then, pwede nyo nang laktawan ito dito. The rest. And then, the next one is, what else? Course ID. Ayan, course ID. For course ID, and varchar, again, varchar. Then most likely, you can also have 100. So once you are done with that, then save nyo na ito, save. Sa SQL naman, yung query kanina, click nyo lang yung go, no? Ganun. So, ito, CS3B, we have now our students table. Then, if you want to show the structure, click the structure. So, ito na yon how it looks like. ID, may key, ano? If you notice, we have an icon, key icon, meaning this is the primary key na cannot be duplicated. You have your name and then course ID. So, mamaya may purpose yan kung bakit. Okay. So, the next one is to create another table. Di ba kanina, i-click dito, pag kinlik mo yung new dito sa loob, another table yon. Pag kinlik mo yung new dito sa labas, another database. Do you follow? So, ito, pag kinlik mo to new, ayan, bibigyan kanya ng another table or new table. So, po pwedeng dagdagan or po pwede mong bawasan yung field. Like for example, ito, name, pick from central column. Check na natin kung ayan. So, pwedeng dito, 3B, yes, 3B, ayan. And then, ito, di ba? And then, i-declare mo ilang column kasi meron ka ng students. Click mo yung 3B, ito. And then, pero, since we are done already with doing this method, yung isang method naman, yung SQL, okay? Ito naman tayo sa SQL. Para meron kayong two different options. Sa bagay, nasa inyo na yun, alin yung gagamitin nyo. Nakuha? You follow, class? Kung alin yung gagamitin nyo, nasa inyo. Pero mas madali kasi kapag, ito na yung gagamitin nyo ito. Itong structure dito. So, like for example, gusto nyo lang, sige, SQL muna. Sa SQL, dito ka lang, ayan. Click mo lang to. So, check mo na yung database, CS3B, correct? Then, ano nga ulit yon? Create. Ayan, create, enter. Tapos, table. Pag tinype mo yung letter T, lalabas na kaagad yan, table. Space. So, ano yung table name? Ano nga yung plano natin kanina, table name? Courses. O, kopyahin na lang ito, courses. Open and close, terminate, tapos balik ka dito, enter mo na, ganyan. Tapos enter, balik sa taas. Tapos enter ka dito. Okay, so create table course. You need now to decide how many columns are you going to create or how many fields are you going to create. So sa sample natin, ang balak lang natin is ID at saka course name. So kaya sa ID, gagawa ka lang dito, ID, and then pwede namang integer pa rin yan, int, tapos auto-increment, tapos primary, no? Auto-increment primary key. Auto, ito yan, increment, tapos primary. Lalabas naman kaagad yan. Ayan, primary. Dugtungan mo lang key. And then, comma. So, that will be the first column. How about the second column? Ano yung ipapangalan? Tingnan natin dito sa design kanina. Ayan, course name. Para di na tayo mag-type. Copy nyo na lang. So, let's say course name. Course name, varchar yan. No? Varchar. Varchar. So, you need to declare the size, 100 siguro, okay na yan. Then, no need to include comma kasi siya yung pinaka-last mo na dineclare na column. So, once you're done with that, so ganito din yon, ito yun yun. Ito din yon, no? So, once you are done with this instruction, then you can just simply try to find the go button. So ito na yun, go button. And then do not forget, no? Ito, do not forget. Do not forget to check ito. Enable foreign key. Ito. Huwag niyong i-uncheck ito. Okay? Kailangan naka-check yan. Kasi kahit anong gawin nyo dun sa source code, to do the query and then linking, no? Pag di naka-enable yung foreign key, mag-e-error kayo doon, okay? Do not uncheck this one. So dapat naka-enable 'yan, okay? So go. Now we successfully created the courses table. Sa courses table kasi, yung ID, we need to assign course ID numbers. Like for example, sa ACT, gusto natin siya ay 1. IT, ID niya ay 2. CS, ID niya ay 3. Pwede ring mag-create ka pa ng isa pang column. Like for example, edit natin tong course. Select from course. Example, yung course, gusto mo magdagdag ng column. Structure pala. Structure. Ayan, structure. Tapos, check all. Eto, gusto mong mag-add ng columns. Ito, di ba sa baba? Kasi kulang ng column. So, click mo lang itong go. Or balik tayo dito. Hanapin muna natin yung edit. Okay. Saan nga tayo na stop? Wait lang, ano. May tinignan lang akong ano. Course, no? Course. And then, structure. Yan, structure. Meron na ditong operations. Ito pala yung ano. Browse. Nahanap natin yung edit. Ito yun, no? Click nyo lang yung change. Kiklik nyo lang yung change, tapos pwede na kayong insert. Try natin insert. Add column, new. Okay, ito. Kunyari, ano may add natin na column dito? Kasi yung ID kanina, auto-increment. Kung gusto nyong i-customize yung assignment, no? Example lang, customize yung assignment. Kaya pwede kayong gumawa ng separate column para dun sa ID, no, that determine whether or not that particular course is that particular ID is intended for IT. Pwedeng ganon, magdadagdag lang kayo ng column tapos papangalanan nyo dito. Okay? Pero in our example, hindi natin gagawin yon para dito muna kayo makafocus sa auto-increment. So, yung structure natin dito is ID will automatically create 1, 2, 3 naka-auto-increment, and then we can just assign, no, each number for course. Like for example, ICT, IT, and CS. So naka-ready na yung course natin, naka-ready na yung student. So the next goal now is to populate. Kasi dapat may laman dapat muna, no? Lalagyan dapat muna natin ng laman. Okay? So, students muna tayo. Alamin muna natin yung name na i-assign. In students, pwede tayong mag-SQL ulit, no? Para to insert data. So, you can just simply select all, then remove, type, insert. Ayan, insert, space, into, space. Kukunin nyo yung ito, student's name. Kopyahin nyo lang. Siguro ano lang, ganyan. Into students. Ayan, tanggalin nyo lang to. So meaning, insert into students table. Pero ano yung mga field na paglalagyan mo? You need also to include. Nandito sa kaliwa, di ba? Sino yon? Name. Ayan, name. First field is name. Then, comma. To be followed by course ID. Ito. Then, paste. So, nakuha nyo, class? So, insert into students table. Tapos, what are those fields? Ito yung field number 1, meaning yung column number 1, column number 2. Then, what are those values to be inserted? Ito yon. Values. Open and close dito, isa-isa. Tapos lagyan nyo ng single quote. Ayan. Dito may name tayo dito ini-include. Di ko memorize. So, like for example, John Doe. Ayan. Sample, John Doe. And then, gusto natin siyang ilagay. If you can still remember, no, earlier, mag-assign tayo. ACT is course number is 1, IT course number is 2, CS course number is 3. Kumbaga, yun yung parang tag kung anong course ka or kung anong course ka belong. Okay? 1 for ACT, 2 for IT, 3 for CS. Like for example, if we want John Doe assigned to ACT, we need to include course number. Anong course number si ACT? Lalagay natin 1. Comma. So let's say may pangalawa pang nag-enroll. Example, si Jane Smith. Yan, Jane Smith. Create ulit tayo. Populate lang kasi wala pa naman tayong registration na form. Ito ay manual pa lang. Sa registration, it will automatically do the insert into, di ba? I-query mo lang, tapos insert into, tapos ito yung values. Tapos variable lang ilalagay nyo dito sa name. Instead of an actual name, that's variable. Pero ngayon, ang concept lang natin is to join two different tables to collect the value. Kaya manual muna natin, no? Constant muna yung value na ilalagay natin. Or static. So, dito, Jane Smith. So let's say second attribute is 2 IT. So let's say may pangatlo tayo. lagyan natin rows. Like for example, rows. So let's say siya ay CS. Okay? So let's say meron tayong pang-apat. You need to include comma. Open and close. So let's say Kim. Okay? Belong siya sa IT. So ano nga yung IT number? Number 2. Ayan. So meaning may dalawa na tayong 2. No? Supposed to be, once we join the table and display all the enrolled students, we anticipate that there are 2 IT. Kasi si Smith, Jane Smith is assigned to number 2. Number 2 is for IT, di ba? Same with Kim, assigned to number 2. Number 2 also is IT. Okay. So this time, we can just simply terminate our source code and then click the go button. Ito. Okay? Click go button. So para lang ma-populate yung table. So once we click the students table, we are now having the data. Ito na yung data. Okay? Ito na ngayon yung data. So kung gusto nyo i-edit, check nyo lang yan and then edit. Dito nyo siya i-edit manual. Okay? Pero hindi naman yun yung ano natin. No? Wag yun na muna lang i-edit. Balik na tayo dito. Okay. If you want to add table, dito lang din yung table. Pero hindi rin yun yung purpose natin. So the first goal is successful. We successfully insert data inside the students table. So the next one is the course. I-assign muna natin, no? Lagyan natin ng assignment yung mga course name. Kasi 'di ba in our course, if you want to click the structure, hindi pala tayo naka-track. Nawala yung attendance natin kanina. Ayan. So, we need now to click, no, meron tayo ditong ID and then course name. We need to assign number per course. So, naka-click na tayo sa courses. So, check na sa table, courses. We can now click SQL. Ayan. And then, Control A, remove. Kailangan natin dito, insert. Ulitin natin. Insert. Ayan. Insert into. And then, ano yon ulit? Courses. Ito. Insert into courses table. Ayan, courses table. And then, what are those fields? Do we need to include the ID? Hindi na kailangan kasi ID automatically be generated. Gine-generate na kaagad yan ni gine-generate na kaagad ni auto increment. So the field to be included is ito, yung course name. Yan. Ayaw makopy. Course name. Yan, courses. Bakit courses? Course lang yan. Course underscore name. Yan, course underscore name. And then values. Okay, so what are those values? So let's say, ilan yon gagawin natin? 3, di ba? 2. Then last one, terminate. Ito ay 3. So first value to be inserted is ACT. So once inserted, ID automatically be created as number 1, di ba? So meaning to say, maka-assign automatically to ACT is ID number 1. So kung gusto nyo i-customize, then you need to create another table or another column inside the table to customize the ID assignment for particular program. Pero kung gusto nyo hindi na, increment, pwede nilang gamitin si increment. So it's up to your design. Ibig sabihin, nasa inyo talaga yun. Okay? So this design is intended for auto increment. Number assignment per program automatically be created starting with number 1. Kaya ACT automatic number 1. So ang assignment number. So like for example, we need to include IT, mag-auto increment plus 1. So kaya the value assigned to IT is 2. So dito naman auto increment ulit and the additional 1 kaya 3. Then once you're done with all the value, terminate mo na ito, pinaka last, okay? And then click go button. Now let's check our course table and then click the structure. Here we have the structure, then browse, click the browse. Here we have the browse. So if you notice, no, course name ACT ITCS. ACT assigned ID1, ID2 assigned to IT, ID3 assigned to CS. So meaning to say, all students having an ID course of 1 can be identified as under ACT. All students having course ID of 2, gaya nito, course ID of 2, student number is 2, course ID of 2, can be identified as an IT student. And then all students having course ID of 3 can be identified as CS student. Okay? So far, in our students table, we have 2 students having the same course ID of 2. Ito yon, course ID of 2, course ID of 2. Sino-sino yon? Si student number 2 at saka si student number 4. Si Jane at saka si Kim. They are having the same course ID 2, 2. So ano yung course ID 2? So meaning these 2 different students can be identified as an IT students. Nakuha? So yun yung goal natin. So meaning if we are going to join the table, we need to test whether or not we are having accurate result. Kailangan dalawa ang makikita natin doon na IT student. So if not, meaning there's an error when it comes to your join table. Okay? Hindi dapat nawawala, hindi dapat nabawasan. Number of total students is equal to the number of students registered in your students table. At the same time, the equivalent course ID is equal to the equivalent course ID that you have in your students table. Now we are already done working with our back end. So it's about time to join, no? Meaning to say, we need now to join the 2 different tables para makapag-create tayo ng display having 2 different tables. So in our index, it's blank, okay? Blank pa yung index natin. So we need to create a query, no? In our query, we need to store that in our index. So meaning, doon sa previous nyo na AI prompt, nandito na yon, no? Yung design. Actually, ito na yon. Can just simply, ito na yon. Fetch data from 2 tables. Ito na yon. Copy nyo lang, go back to your Sublime, and then paste. Here comes, may design na rin kayo dito. Pero, the main goal is to go back to the very first line. Ano yung line ito? Yung query, yung SQL. But don't forget to include the connection. Okay? Don't forget to include the connection. Ito. If you haven't included the connection, you cannot access the database and the database table. Okay? So, saan galing itong connection? Ito yon, yung connection file natin. Do you follow, class? Do you follow? Okay. By the way, hindi pa pala, nakapag-set na tayo, no? Tama ba sa database? Privilege. Nagawa na natin yung database user. Wala pa pala. Wala pa pala kayong user. So, meaning, dito sa connection, we cannot access yet kasi ito, hindi pa natin nagawa. So, we need to create database user, I mean, server user ito. Hindi pa natin 'to nagawa before we proceed with this one. Tanggalin muna natin 'to. Ayan. Before we proceed this one, kailangan make sure muna natin ito. So, database natin populated na, meron na no, courses may laman na, and then students may laman na. Ang kailangan na lang is yung permission no to fetch the data. Yung permission na lang to fetch the data. So we need to create user. So in your local host, hanapin nyo yung privileges ito. Privileges. You follow class? Dito sa privileges. In privileges, kasi usually ang ginagamit ng iba ito, local host, root local host. Wag ito. Kasi yun yung default user ng server. Pag yan mismo ang ginagamit nyo, root local host, hindi yan ibibigay ng server, no? Especially kung nasa online, okay? Gagawa ka ng sarili mong user talaga, no? So sa privilege na ito, pag na-click nyo na, scroll down and then there's an add user account. Click add user account. Yan. And then click the use text field and then create your username. Ay di ba ang gusto natin kaninang magiging username nyo ay ito, CS3B. So you can copy that. Then create your username. This username is not your database username. This is the username to access your server account. Kumbaga, gumagawa ka ng access dun sa server account mismo ng SAMP natin. So, CS3B. Host, local. So, local host. Then, if you want to generate a password, you can also click generate and then here comes you have the encrypted password. Pero kung gusto mong no password, you can just simply click the no password. Pero of course, hindi mo gagawin yon. Okay? Tanggalin nyo muna to. Ayan. No password. Pero once you create your own file, hindi no password ang ilalagay nyo. Kailangan mag-generate kayo ng password. Encryption. Okay? So, since you want to have all the access, you can click the check all and then SSL required, none, and then go. Okay. So now you successfully created the CS3B user. So if we try to check, ayan, ito na yung account name, no? User accounts. Ayan. Now you have your own local host. Ito na yon. CS3B access. You have now your own CS3B access. So, hindi kayo nakikiagaw doon sa root ng local host. You follow? So, you have your own access as CS3B in local host. All the privileges. So, since okay na yon, you can now include your username dito. Kasi yun yung username nyo CS3B. So, CS3B, and then host nyo is local host. And then, you need also to get your CS3B database. It so happened na pinarehas ninyo, di ba? Yung username nyo ng local host, pinarehas nyo ng database name nyo, kaya meron kayo ditong parehas na name. User at saka database. CS3B and then CS3B. But of course, if you want to create another database, can be accessed by your local host, different connection na naman yun para sa database na yun. Another request, no? Pero dito, you're working with one database only. Okay? So, malinaw. Gagana na ito. Gagana na. So, save natin yan. User. Check na tayo sa user. Balik tayo sa database and then your students. Okay. Now, it's about time to join the two tables. Balik na tayo dito. So, paste. Welcome. Nasaan na yung, ito, copy. index, balikan muna natin dito. First, we have our database request connection. We need to include that in our index. Kaya nandito, PHP open, PHP close, include db.php. So we can access our local host. So yun yung purpose nun, no? So once we include, we need to create our query to join the two tables, okay? So here we have the SQL declaration. Then we instructed the SQL to select the students table to include the ID column. Again, students table to include the name column. And then to include also the second table, courses, to include the course underscore name column. And then what table you've mentioned first, you need to mention that next to from word. Ito, from students. Also, why students? Because you've mentioned students table first in your query selection. So like for example, pag binanggit nyo, select students, dapat ang next ng from, students din. Nakuha nyo? Okay. Select students, ito yung first table nyo. Ang next ng from, dapat yung name din ng first table. Kaya students din ang laman dyan. So, ang next ng join is yung second table. Ano yung second table? Courses. Ayan. Inner join, courses. So, yung left table nyo is students. Yung right table nyo is courses. So, if you are going to create the query, select students, include the ID, meaning that ID. Students, include also the name, so that name. So, 2 columns from students. And then, courses table, include the column course name. Then, since you've mentioned students first, you need to mention also from students. Ay, ano yung i-join nyo? Inner join courses. Nakuha? So, from students, i-join nyo si courses. On. Bakit siya on? On students, yung first table natin, where course ID, kasi di ba dito sa table natin, you have your course ID. Ayan. Na kung saan yung course ID ay equal dapat dun sa ID ng courses. Okay? So, meaning, if you go back to your Sublime, on students where course ID is equal to courses ID. Kasi yun yung basis to determine, no? As we've mentioned earlier, yun yung basis to determine whether or not the student is an ACT, an IT, or CS. Nakuha nyo? So, ang tawag doon, foreign key. So, ang foreign key ninyo ay itong nasa students course underscore ID. Ngayon, kung ayaw yung malito, ang iba, ginagawa dyan, course ID, nilalagyan nila ng palatandaan FK, underscore FK, para alam nila ito yung foreign key. Pag sinabing foreign key, konektado to sa isang table. Okay? Course underscore ID, magdagdag pa sila FK, para alam nila, ito yung konektado sa isang table. Ito, konektado to sa ID ng courses. Ito yung ID ng courses. You follow? Hindi ba nalito, class? Nasundan? Okay? O, ganun lang, no? Kailangan tanda nyo yun. Hindi nyo dapat makakalimutan yun. Okay? So, that's the entire meaning of this query. So, now we successfully queried. Then, we need to create another variable to store the result. So, anytime na kailangan natin yung result, ito na yung variable result. Nakuha nyo? We can just simply call this result. So kung mapapansin nyo dito sa front end, meron yung result. Ito. If result, ayan, is greater than 0, meaning may laman. So if i-fetch natin habang meron, ito, while row result fetch function. Mag-i-echo tayo ng TR. Ano yung i-display natin? I-display natin yung ID, name, At saka, i-display din natin yung course underscore name. So, itong ID and name at course underscore name, nanggagaling yon sa iba-ibang table, di ba? Course underscore name galing sa courses. Tapos yung student ID tsaka name galing naman sa student table. Ito yon. Student ID tsaka name galing naman sa student table. So, bakit natin pinagsama as one display? Is it possible? Yes, kasi based on our result, ginoin na natin siya dito sa taas. Ayan, naka-join na. Did you follow? Nasundan? Kaya, we are now capable of displaying that as one display. Kaya ito, yung in-echo natin, nasa isang display na, kayang-kaya na i-echo. So, ayan, row and so on and so forth. Okay? Here comes close the connection. Ayan. Okay? So, now, for the design, of course, kung gusto nyo gandahan Python TR, meron ng bootstrap, no? Dito sa header, ito, mag-include na lang kayo ng bootstrap kung gusto nyo pagandahan pa yung design. Pero dito, may default design na tayo, internal. So, by the way, by next meeting na yan, no? By next development nyo na yan, kayo na bahalang magpaganda ng design, no? Of your display. Okay. Now, let's try to display the result. So, duplicate. And then, ayan. Localhost. So, ano yung folder nyo? Directory. Ito. Right-click na lang natin. Copy. Then, folder. Expected, meron ka ng index, so it will display the result right away. Okay, here comes. We have the result. Student list with course. Oh, ito na yon. Now, try to analyze. Do we have an accurate data? Tama ba? So, ito yon, no? Student number. Ito, galing to sa itong ID and name, itong dalawang column na ito, galing ito sa students table. Itong course comes from courses table. So how come we successfully recognize that Jane and Kim is an IT student? Ayan. Paano na-recognize na IT silang dalawa? That is it because of the student ID? The answer is no. It is because of the course. Ito. That is because of the course ID. Ito. Hindi lang natin din-display. You should follow? Hindi lang natin din-display. But if you want to verify, lalagay nyo dito. Like for example, gusto nyo i-include yung course ID. Course ID. Sinama ba natin dito sa query? Sabi yung query. Student, course name lang kasi ang nandito. Lagay natin. Like for example, gusto nating isama, course ID. Courses ID ba yon? Sa course, student pala. Course ID lang, hindi courses. Course ID. Ito. Course ID. So let's say course ID. Okay. Course ID from students join table. And then since na-include na natin dito yung course ID, pwede nating ilagay sa echo, 'di ba? Para i-display. So course ID dito tayo. Example TD. Paste natin to, copyahin natin. Second, third TD. Then, ito. Lipat natin to, course ID. Ayan. Para lang i-verify. Okay? Verify na to determine what course ID ang gumagawa na as foreign key. Okay? So, ito. Check natin. Ay, teka. Tignan natin muna. Anong mali natin? May nilagay tayong ID. Tanggalin natin yung, hindi yun ID, underscore. Underscore yung nilagay natin doon, no? Tama ba? Underscore yun, oh. Course underscore ID. Ayan, course underscore ID. So, course underscore ID dapat. Ayan. Okay. Back to our list.
Sir, yan sa taas pa, hindi pa napapalitan.
Alin yung hindi napalitan?
Sa SQL po.
Ay, ito. TR. TH rather. Kasi gumawa tayo ng column pero wala namang course underscore ID. Tulungan nyo kung tignan ha, baka naduling pa ako. Alin yung nasabi mong SQL?
Sa pinakataas po, sir.
Hindi ko ba napalitan yon?
Tuldok po yung ginamit niya, sir.
Okay. Ay, oo. Eto, tuldok nga pala kasi kinapi natin. Ayan, underscore. Course underscore ID. Walang, nakalimutan nating ilagay ito. Yung table mismo, pinanggalingan na table. Include natin yan dapat. Okay? Ayan. Ayun. Okay? Courses. Ayan. Tama ba? Maximize natin. Ayan. Galing sa courses, course underscore ID. Include natin siya. Okay, tama na. And then, dito, so underscore check, tapos header check. Okay. That's it. Verify natin. Testing. May kulang pa. No record found. Naka 3 columns kasi tayo sa span. So, call span 4. Pero no record found. Bakit no record found? May kulang ba tayo? Select student ID, student name, comma, courses dot course underscore name, courses dot course. Ay, wala to sa courses. Teka lang. Wala sa courses ang course ID. Oh, wala. Sa student pala to. Baliktad. Ang nasa student itong course ID. Ito, course underscore ID. So, ibig sabihin, itong course underscore ID, wala to dyan sa courses. Mali to. Dito natin siya i-include nasa students table to. Ayan. So, kaya dapat careful tayo dyan. Ayan. Dito yan, students table. Ayan. Course ID, comma, dot rather, tapos students. Kaya walang record na napipitch. Ayan. So, ayan. Sa students, students.id, students.name, tapos students course underscore ID. Check natin. O, tatlo yon, di ba? ID, name, tsaka course ID. Okay, check. So, ID, name, tapos course ID. Okay. Save. check pa natin. May mali pa rin. Select students ID. Students name, tama. Students. Tama ba yung spelling? Course ID. Mhm. Tingnan nyo, baka may mali tayo. Meron pa ba?
Kama po, sir.
Saan kama?
Student's name.
Ay, ito. Naduling ako. Ayan. Wala rin. Balik muna natin dun sa ano. Display muna natin yung wala yung ano natin. Back to original muna tayo. Course ID para ayan. Wala na, ano? Ano pa yung kulang? Courses ID, then from students. Oops, ito na yon, pinakalas. Course name from students, okay. Tapos dito natin balikan, isa-isahin. Ang kailangan natin, i-display yung, ito, table, isa-isahin natin. Dagdag tayo ng TH muna. Saan yung TH? Ito, TH. Ayan. Balak natin dito is course ID. Check natin. So ito na, meron na tayong course ID. Next natin is if i-pitch natin yung data ng course ID. Course ID, check natin saan siya galing. Course underscore ID comes from students table. So analyze natin. Nasa students table siya. Balik tayo kay query. Query muna natin. Dito tayo kay students table. ID and then students name. Eto. Pwede natin tong ayan. So instead na name, ang ilalagay natin dito, check natin to. Ano yon? Course ID. Ay. Course ID. Tama ba? Check nyo ha. Course underscore ID. Tama? Course underscore ID. Course underscore ID. And then, meron tayo dito, from students, inner join course on students ID. Where is ID? Okay. Tapos, dito naman sa course ID, meron na num row. Ito ID, tapos name. Gawin nating 4. Dito tayo mag-insert. So let's say pinaka-field mismo ng database ng course ID. So course_ID. Kopyahin na lang natin to. Row, pero course_ID. TD check, TD check, TD check, TD check, tapos TR close. Okay, tama. 1, 2, 3, 4. Course ID. Dito kasi course name. So baliktad. To baliktad. Ganyan natin. Okay, so ID check, name check, tapos course ID, tapos course name, tapos course name. Course name. Okay. O, check pa natin. Baka may kulang pa. Dito okay na, no? Meron pa ba? Ayan. Ayan. Okay? So ngayon, tignan nyo. Kanina, hindi na kasi natin to display kasi hindi na siya importante. Ito. Asan ba yun? Wait. Itong course ID, the reason why kanina hindi din-display because it serves as identifier, no? To determine kung anong course. Pero para lang i-check, tignan nyo. Course ID is different from student ID, no? Student ID cannot be duplicated. Kaya meron dito. Si John is 1, Jane is 2, Rose is 3, Kim is 4. Kaya student ID. So pwede yung student ID mo na marami, di ba? Pero yung course ID, that's the ID, no? Or assigned per course, kaya sa course ID. So like for example, dun sa database natin, we assign number 1 for ACT, assign number 2 for IT, and assign number 3 for CS. Kaya sa display natin, all students having an ID of 1 can be identified as ACT. Eh dito, meron tayong dalawang 2 na course ID. Ito, 2. So, sila, Jane and Kim, identified as IT student. Did you follow? So, meaning yun yung purpose netong column neto. But, it doesn't mean na i-include nyo siya sa display. Nakuha nyo? It doesn't necessary na i-include nyo siya sa display kasi parang validation nyo siya. So, verification nyo siya kung anong course talaga siya. So, meaning, in your design, you can just simply remove, no? Ito, in-include natin para lang i-prove na tama yung query. Pero in your actual development, after you tested na gumana naman yon, wag mo siyang isama, okay? Gaya dito. So tanggalin na natin yung ID. Tinest lang natin kung tama ba talaga yung lumabas, okay? So remove and then remove nyo na rin itong ID dito. Okay. So that's how you test, no? The accuracy of your result. Now, this is now the final result. So, hindi mo na kailangang i-include yung column na yon. Follow? So, I guess that's all for today's lesson. And then, for our next focus, by next meeting siguro. So, while waiting for the next meeting, you need to practice, the login restrictions. based doon sa example natin sa whiteboard na sinusulat, yung mga login restrictions. So in your local host, I mean in your Sublime dito, gagawin nyo na yung mga folders, no? Yung dinrawing o sinulat natin sa yung sinulat natin sa whiteboard. Gagawin nyo na dito, and then by next meeting, yun naman ang anuhin natin, no? Okay, so you can now turn on your camera so we can have our picture taking. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so thank you for joining. Have a nice day. See you next meeting, and God bless us all, class.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.